Hello everyone and welcome to Sandustry. First things first, a big thank you goes out to Hooded Horse, the publisher of the game, for giving me a key and allowing me to showcase it to you. Now, in case it was not obvious, this game is kind of a physics simulation game where we have to mine different materials, move them to different kinds of machines, process them using conveyor belts and all that kind of stuff. Basically a physics-based automation game. Right up my alley. So, tell you what, let's just jump into it. And by the way, there is a demo on Steam, and you can try that right now if you want to. It has been available for a very long time, so if you're familiar with the game, you must have tried it by now. But anyways, now it is out in early access, so let's see what it's all about. And welcome. Okay then, so the usual tutorial, WASD. Next up, we need to dig. Well, we can only really dig dirt at the beginning, so let's just go with that for now. And this place is a small tutorial cave, I suppose. So you know what? I will quickly dig it out completely and then we'll move on. It is asking us to grab the materials, but first, might as well just dig it out completely. Okay, with that out of the way, we can now use a grabber. Basically, this one allows us to move stuff around. Right now we can only move solid materials, we cannot move liquids. Anyways, what we need to do is put dry sand into the water, that will make it wet sand. And what we can do is pick up wet sand and then shake it, and that will give us gold, which goes into this collection bin. And it will also give us this gray residue. Well, we will have a lot of this, so for now just put it on the side and, well, we will deal with it at some point. For now, not much we can do with it. Anyways, we need to make 20 gold apparently, so take care of that real quick. And one more. And done. Good. Okay, so as usual, the residue goes on the side. And a bit more. There we go. Okay, now we should have enough money to unlock something. And that is going to be the shaker. Exactly. Now this will allow us to not having to shake the sand ourselves, we can automate it. So, go ahead and build a shaker. I will build it a bit bigger than this, maybe this big should do. And then build some kind of platform so we can catch the gold. There we go. And now what we need to do is once again, pick up wet sand, put it on there, and it will automatically shake it out. And by the way, we really want to build it in this diagonal way because basically it is not a conveyor belt. It is just shaking whatever is on it. And thankfully, the residue is lighter than the wet sand, so if we put wet sand on it, it will fall to the bottom. So eventually we will build up enough residue that it will fall down the slope. But until we reach that point, yeah, we just have to keep piling on more wet sand. Anyways, let's just keep putting the gold into the bin and the residue to the side. Okay, surely 80 it should be enough, right? Oh, so for logistics, yes, we only need 30. Very good. That will unlock conveyor belts and launchers. Let me see. Can I skip this one? Yeah, there we go. I will deal with this in a second. For now, basically they are telling us to reach factory tier 2, which requires us to shake out 4,000 units of sand. Easy enough. If you build the correct machinery, shouldn't be too hard. This one will give us the hover mode. Absolutely, yes please. Basically, now we don't have to keep pushing up. We can just press space and we are hovering. And hover mode also allows us to phase through the different kinds of buildings we have. Makes navigation a lot easier. Anyways, let's just quickly... In fact, you know what? Delete everything. Let's just build everything from the ground up. Okay, I think what I will do is maybe build out a small collection point here. Okay, not so small, but that should do it. Good, and we don't need that or that. Looks good. And fill it up with collector squares, which will turn it into a collection bin for gold, obviously. Okay then. Next up, we need to use this one to catch the gold. So, and let's just have the shaker right on top. Let's go with this, I suppose. Looks good to me. Right on top, because we only want to put the gold in here, nowhere else. And then, let's just have... I suppose here should be fine. By the way, it will always try to make the direction of the conveyor belt from the starting point to the end point, but you can press Alt and that will reverse direction. So there we go. Anyways, I think that should do. Just in case, I will block off this part. I don't want anything to fall back this way. In fact, let's just do this. There we go. Problem solved. Now, we have a massive vat of water here. We can use this one to wet the sand and, well, bring it back up here. So for that one, I will maybe start there. Build a conveyor belt and then start building some launchers going up. I think maybe, I don't know, 3 of them would be okay. Basically, the wider the launcher, the more throughput it will have, so I think 3 should be a good start. Yeah. Okay then, next up, let's just plug this conveyor hole. Thank you. And I think at this point all we need to do is start piling sand into this one. Although, before we get to that, we also want to make sure that whatever we drop in here always ends up in here. For that one, I suppose what we can do is maybe build a conveyor belt, or to speed things up we can have a bunch of launchers. So let's just have that and that and that. Yeah, just build a bunch of launchers facing towards the main lift. I think we are making progress. So anything that falls into this pit will eventually end up right here in the main elevator. Okay then. Well, the only thing we need to do now is start piling sand into it. Well, we do have a bunch of sand here. In fact, we have some gold as well. Gold goes in here. As I said, oh, the gold, please. By the way, if you start picking something up, until you release the mouse, that is the only thing that you will pick up. So, for example, if I pick up dry sand, we can only pick up dry sand. If I start picking up wet sand, we can only pick up wet sand. So, there we go. Also, residue, as usual, goes out to the side for now. By the way, before I forget, conveyor belt. Once we are done sorting out the sand, can we please move the residue all the way here? Yeah, we will deal with it at some point. For now, just empty out this cave. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I don't really want to fill up this cave. Let's just make sure that we don't have any of the residue fall back into it. Because, well, this place will fill up for sure. In fact, I really don't want any residue falling into this cave either. So let's just have maybe this. It's not a lot of space, but it's a start. Okay, is this cave more or less clear? That looks like dry sand, you can go there. Okay, now you just have a bit of water. We will deal with that at some point. For now, it's fine. Okay, so thankfully, we have plenty of clean residue moving into the big heap for the time being. That's great. I suppose, yeah, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Give us a bit more room. Thank you. Okay, so we are processing gold, and we have 150 already. Let's see what we can buy. We can buy the map. Or we can wait a bit, get a sprint boost. Or the filter. Actually, sounds kind of nice. Okay, I will wait a bit. Well, we are completely out of raw materials. Let's start digging this way. And you know what? This one will eventually turn into a conveyor belt anyways. What we will do now is conveyor belt. Let's start building a conveyor belt going into the water pool. Although we want to wet the sand before we get to that. So tell you what, change my mind. Don't have the elevator here. Have the elevator a bit further back and have the sand fall into the water here and then get to the sand. So remove all this, please. Should be okay. At least I think so. Okay, so conveyor belt, you will go more or less this way, but in this direction. So there we go. Now it is starting to move the sand exactly the way we want. Good. And make sure that the conveyor belt is not filled with sand. So just use the grabber to pick up the sand from the conveyor belt blocks and move them out. Just like this. Good. Okay, let's keep digging. Right, not much use having the elevator if we don't convey the sand where it needs to go, so there we go. Also, sorry, thank you, that's more like it. Okay then, so now it is actually moving where it needs to go, good. Okay then, well, it is seem to be working relatively okay for now. It is conveying the sand where it needs to go. Unfortunately, this will use up this water eventually, so it is not an infinite resource at the moment. We need to be cognizant of that fact. Anyways, let's keep digging. Okay, how much was it for the filter? I really want to make sure that we don't accidentally... Okay, we do have a tiny bit of wet sand on the conveyor belt here, which we... And there we go. Exactly what we don't want. Okay, and move the dry sand out of the slack heap. Thank you. Okay, so we need to make sure that we basically move the wet sand that accidentally makes it all the way down. Let me see. For now... well, unlock the filter. Yes, please. First things first, I think I will quickly set up a gold filter maybe. Yeah, let's just have a gold filter here. Right. You filter. Where can I set up the actual stuff we need to filter? Ah, there we go. I want to make sure that gold goes in here. Now, does it filter out what we don't want or what we do want? And there we go. Only allow the gold. Okay, so you will be actually going this way. Yes, but then we want to make sure that if we have some wet sand here, can you please... no, wait. The gold will be here instead. Yeah. So you will go there. And then we want to have this one allow the basically everything go through. Yeah, only block the residue. So everything that falls in here should fall down except for the residue. I think that is exactly what we want. Okay then, so in that case, if anything makes it here, just convey it all the way back this way. And then eventually you can go here. Let's say we have some wet sand coming down this way. So let's say it makes it to this. Yes, it falls down, it starts moving back this way, and if for whatever reason we have gold on this belt, it will fall into this one. I think that should do it. At least fingers crossed. Okay then, I think this is far enough, so I will block it off this way. I think that will do. If not, I guess we will see. Obviously, we need to make sure that the wet sand can get out. So, you open and have this one extend until... Although, no. The gold will fall through no matter what, so this one should do it. That's it. If not, I guess we will find out. But so far it looks more or less okay to me. Okay then, well, let's continue. Just make sure that we pick up the rest of this wet sand. You can go back here. And yeah, we can get back to work digging. Okay, exactly what I was hoping for. So we have dug ourselves into a bigger cave. Don't worry about the sand falling in, we will make it come out. But for now, let's just make sure that we open up the entire place. And what we are looking for is the purple stuff around here. And that should do it for now. Okay then, so this one. This is the... what's it called? A flocksite or something. This is the upgrade material. With this one we can upgrade our tools and abilities and stuff like that. That's all of it. Good. So press U. Thank you. And I will go for... I will wait a little bit. For now, extend the grabber capacity. And I suppose, yeah, do the material scanner. But I really want to have the broader shovel so we can dig a bit more effectively. So let's just save up for that one. Okay, I think this is a good start. So let me see. What we want to do is basically bring the materials all the way back here and make sure that they get into the big pool. Okay, let me see. First things first, we need to make sure that we have a conveyor belt running more or less this way. This one can be cut back a little bit. And let's just have a launcher, well, launch the materials all the way up. Like so. And yeah, let's just have the conveyor belt run all the way to the auto launcher, basically. Yeah, let's just move. And thankfully, with the upgrades, now we can move a lot more stuff. Very, very handy. Thank you. That's a lot better now. Okay, next up, we have a lot of materials down here. You know what that means? We have to bring it all the way up. I suppose we can have this one and from here, I guess. Yeah, they can converge here and we just need to bring them all up. Oh, and we have unlocked tier 2. Let's just quickly take care of this little part of the cave, and then, hey, you know what, might as well unlock tier 2. That will give us the flamethrower. Nice. Okay, next up we need to reach factory tier 4. Well, let's just start with... Conveyor portal looks kind of neat, but flamethrower. Let's just go with that for now. Anyways, let me just quickly move all this stuff upstairs. Okay, that should be okay for the time being. Alright, right. And make sure we don't leave anything on these slopes. We don't want to leave anything on the table. There we go. Okay then. Well, we have unlocked the flamethrower. And by the way, yes, we are making good money. Lovely. And yeah, this is now really starting to fill up. As I said, that's going to be a lot. Anyways, we have the flamethrower. With this guy, we can start burning stuff. For example, we can burn the residue. Just need to light it on fire, it will spread, and it will eventually burn the residue down into, well, burnt residue. And this one we can process into, well, more gold eventually, not right now. But as you can see, it is very good at reducing the residue. Also, we have a cave here. I didn't really go into this one yet. At some point. Not right now. Anyways, the flamethrower is not just for burning stuff, it is also for melting stuff. Let's just go for it. If you remember, there was a bunch of ice right here. Well, we can melt it into water, obviously. Also, we have some flux right here. Don't mind if I do, but first, make sure we don't have any more ice here. Turn it into water right now because, well, this pool is really starting to run out. Now, here's the deal. Water can be turned into steam. Let me see, just burn this little pond, or there we go. So we have some steam here. We can pick it up and move it around. In fact, what we really want to do is have it go above the pool, because as it gets out of the cave, it will start moving up. In fact, it got stopped here. But anyways, it goes up, and once it reaches high enough elevation, it will start condensing out. Let me see, where is it? It is falling down already. Can I even reach it? Yeah, there we go. Here's the cloud. So all the steam will come here, and it will start condensing out and fall down as rain. Then just quickly fall down. And thank you. Okay, so what we need to do is make sure that the water comes back right here. Also, why do we have burnt residue here? Really shouldn't have. Yeah, seriously, why do we have burnt residue here? Interesting. So we had stuff coming here, we have burnt the residue. Well, whatever. It's fine. Anyways, we have... Oh, right. This filter is only for regular residue. So, we had burnt residue on it because I lit this one on fire, and it fell down here, it made its way here, and ended up in the pool. Yeah, pay attention. Well, let's see. We have this guy here. I don't think we can pick it up just yet. I think it will be blocked by a teleporter, right? I did play a little bit off camera, obviously. I did play the demo quite a bit, but I am a bit rusty because it has been a while, so I think this one will teleport us here. Yeah, there we go. So we cannot pick this one up just yet. And I do believe here we are blocked by something and not allow us to use the flamethrower. So there we go. So that place is not much use to us right now. But... oh, right. The flux site. Quickly take care of it. I just want to have 400. And there we go. Okay, so we can unlock... let me see, you... the broader shovel. Yes, please. Well, that will allow us to dig in much wider areas. Okay, first things first. Let's just burn this one real quick. And this will release a lot of steam. And that will come out right here, exactly where we want. Basically, the steam will come out here, go right above the pool, and it will condense into water right above the pool. Just the way we want. So we can do it here, but basically it will go out this way. But if we, for example, start burning this pool too much, it might accumulate so much that it will start going out this way, in fact, instead. And that way it will end up here. Yeah, not the best. I suppose we can use this foundation to create a basically this, and that will force the steam to go right out this way, just like this. I suppose that should work. Okay then. Anyways, now with the new shovel. Oh wait, before we get to that, let's just explore a bit this way, because yeah, we have some ice here. Let's see what we can find behind it. There we go. Now this is the old condenser, I don't know, something from the demo. I do believe... maybe we just need to burn this one. And maybe that will unlock... I don't know. Anyways, we are burning something. Ah, right. This will dump the snow here, and that will block the teleporter. And now we can reach this one. Good. Okay then. So this one will give us a suckable augment. Okay, whatever that means. And swift 1, movement speed +1. Nice. Okay then, so we are a bit faster now. Great. Okay, so if we burn all this water, it will all turn into steam and should condense out right above the pool, which is exactly what we want. Also, before I forget, we don't want any of the steam stuck in these little areas. If you don't mind, do that and make sure that the steam gets out. Thank you. And this one I will not lose any sleep over, that's fine. And yeah, it looks okay so far. Well, let's see what's next. So we are done with this one, I think. Very small puzzle, but can I use the flamethrower here now? No. For some reason it's blocked. Oh well, maybe eventually. Let's just quickly freeze this water at least. Okay, now time to start digging down a bit more. And with the bigger shovel, we can dig a lot faster. Nice. That's a lot of sand. Love to see it. Okay then, well, by the way, what's this way? Oh, right. Something that we cannot access right now. Well, let's start moving all this up. As usual, elevator will go, well, up. There. And I suppose in this case, instead of using a conveyor belt, I'll just use more launchers this way. I think that should be fine. Okay then, so we are moving a lot of stuff upstairs. Exactly the way it should be. And I suppose to prevent stuff falling back here, let's just build a wall. Sure. There we go. Okay, so we're moving more stuff up here, and that all the steam managed to refill the pool a little bit at least. Nice. Let me just dig this one out. Sorry, don't build. Dig, please. Okay, it was just a bunch of extra sand. That's fine by me. Let's just move it all into the pool. This is such a little amount, it's really not worth building a whole infrastructure for it. Okay, that's not too bad. But, oh geez, the water is really starting to fall. Okay, we need to find something. And let me see. Well, what about you? I think this is the condenser from the demo. Yeah, First things first. Let's gain entry. So we need to go through this way. There it is. These drawings show a natural system for collecting water from caves. Boil water into steam and let it rise. Once high enough, yeah, we know. Okay, so we have a bunch of water reservoirs here, but if we let it go all the way up, it will condense out right here, so it will fall back. Not what we want. What we want is first move this sand into the pool, thank you, and what we want to happen is to have the water condense out above the pool. So I think the steam will come out here. So yeah, tell you what, don't go up into the sky here. Can you please move a bit further this way, and then here should be fine basically. Yeah, here you can condense out. And just in case some water falls on this platform, let's just make sure it doesn't. Yeah, there we go. I think that should do it. And you know what? Let's just make it nice. There. And there. Okay then, so I think we can start boiling the water. Now, we have a lot of water in here, but it will not last forever. Let's see how much we can do. So we are boiling all the water. It is turning into steam. The steam goes exactly... ends up right here. Good. And it will obviously condense out, falls on this one, and it will fall into the water pool. Just the way we want. Okay, give me a little bit of time. I will quickly boil a bunch. Okay, we have managed to have the steam back up all this way, so I think we can call it good for now. And yeah, we are really depleting the water. Even this one will not last forever. Oh well, at least we are filling the pool. Okay, now this one will eventually get to this point. Where does that lead? Never really checked. So it is coming back this way and ends up, okay, in this big underground reservoir. That is fine by me, for the most part. And if it overflows, it will go down this way. And if you boil it here, it's still fine. Okay, I think this is okay. Well, let's keep digging. Also, we still managed to have some steam in here. Please don't. And by the way, we have 2500 gold. What can we unlock with that? So we can go for the kinetic press. That will allow us to press the burnt residue into gold. Might as well. And we can have the thermal buffer, which will allow us to operate different kinds of burning or heating apparatuses. Let's go with that one. And the cryo blaster. This one will create infinite amount of snow. Let me just take a look. So if I go for a cryo blaster, can I open that little passage for this one? Because we managed to use snow to get through the other teleporter. Can I use the cryo blaster here? No. Okay. I have no idea. I'm sure eventually we'll unlock some kind of tool that will allow us to use it. For now, just burn all this snow into more steam, although the steam ends up here. Well, it's fine. Maybe the steam will block it, I don't know. By the way, can I burn these green plants? Yes, I can. Okay, if we are not careful, the water will flow down this way, so might as well boil it now. I have no idea what's down there, so let's just play it safe. I do believe we need to be careful with the snow. If it touches water, I think it will turn it into ice. So if we move the snow upstairs, it might turn the water in the pool into ice, which is not ideal. We need to be liquid first. And let's just quickly finish this one. And then we'll take a look at the upgrades. We have quite a bit of flux site at this point, so might as well. Just quickly do that and let's take a look. Let me see. We can expand the capacity of the grabber. Ooh, that would be kind of nice actually. Or hydro sponge. We can move liquids. Also increases the area of water and snow vaporization by +1. Ooh, that is gonna be quite nice actually. Yes, please. This one increases the number of ice particles per shot. I suppose the more we can make, the better. And shovel digging speed, yes please. And give me, bigger grabber. And then extended range for the flamethrower, and that's it. Okay then, well, so flamethrower, can we please quickly burn all this? I want to make sure that we don't have any snow making its way up. And apparently, snow turns into steam right away, not water. Oh yeah, that's a lot of grabbing area. Love to see it. In fact, just move all this steam out of here, please. Might as well condense it out. Well, first things first. Let's just quickly take care of all this dirt and then we'll see what's up. Okay, that's going to be a lot of dirt. Do we want to just move conveyor belts or... You know what, conveyor belt, it's a bit easier that way. Well, let's end it there. So conveyor belt goes all the way, but facing the other way. Thank you. And yeah, just use the shovel to pile everything on. It's fine. Okay, not too bad. That's going to be a lot more gold. And we have a little bit of extra sand left here, so might as well just quickly boil it away. Or, well, in this case, sublimate it away. And I think tiny bit more, and that's it. Okay then, not too bad. So all this sand will make its way up. Exactly. Up, up, up. And ends up in the pool. Nice. Okay then, how are we doing here? Okay, we are completely blocked. That is because of this. Fine. First, burn it. And then, I suppose we can move the burnt residue to the back of the, well, stockpile. And I suppose we really should be processing it at this point. We have what we need for it. First, move the unburnt residue out of the corner. Thank you. And what can we do about this? Let me see. Can we have diagonal conveyor belts? No. Only horizontal ones. Good to know. What about launchers? Okay, launchers we can make diagonally. How does that look? Okay, it is actually moving it quite nicely. Nothing is getting dropped, so good to know. In that case, yeah, I will start moving things up a little bit here. At this point, we shouldn't really have any kind of dirt making its way to this point. So tell you what, you stop. Thank you. And yeah, after this point, instead of moving up, we need to make sure that we are going to burn all this. And for that one, we need to unlock something. That is this one, the burner belt. And for that one, we need a bit more gold. Okay, the gold production is back in business, so that's fine. What we want to do is basically start burning the residue here. And for that one, we need to have the burner belts and the thermal storage. For now, just make sure that we are not going to get backed up. So burn all this, please. And we have 500. Lovely. Give me the burner belt. Thank you. So we want to build this one from yeah, this point on. In fact, I suppose this one can be a burner belt as well. Okay then, so burner belt. You will move, although I suppose that one be a regular belt. Let's just make it this long. Sure. And then a regular conveyor belt. There. Sure, move this one out. Thank you. And what we want to do is put the thermal buffer under it. Like this. And then just basically keep blasting it with the flamethrower until we have enough thermal storage in it, basically. So yeah, I don't know, maybe 400 or something should be okay. As far as I understand, this one will start building up where we are burning it, and it will start spreading into the neighboring buffer tiles. Also, no. Please don't have burnt residue there. In that case, you go away. Let's just have regular belt there. That's more like it. We really don't want to have any burnt residue making its way down. Unfortunately, all this thermal heat will eventually go away, so it's not going to last forever, but it's a start. Who knows, maybe we can bring up some lava or something. Fingers crossed. I think I will be okay with this for the time being. So what's next? Next up, we need to build out these kinetic presses. These are very long pieces, but they should give us exactly what we need, which is the way to process the burnt residue. Let's build this many. Sure. Okay then, let's make sure that nothing can fall out there. And what I will do is set up a filter. We only want to let burnt residue fall through. So only, let me see, burnt residue, but allow, yeah, only allow the burnt residue back, but you will be facing this way. Yes, in fact you can get off there. Here, just make sure that nothing falls out again. Good. And then, if for whatever reason we have some unburnt residue here, I want it to fall back on this conveyor belt. So let's say we will come back further this way. Yeah. And what do we need to unlock that? This guy, the conveyor portal. Unlocks the conveyor portal, which allows elements to cross production lines without mixing. Exactly what we need. So we'll start moving things up, 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 and then make sure that we don't mix up with this one, because this one will have burnt residue. We only want to have unburnt residue on this one, so it can come back here and burn again. So we should have enough now. Unlock please, thank you. And what do we need? Oh, it's only sideways. Well, that's fine. So yeah, it can only go sideways. That's fine, that's fine. So you will go there and have the launcher. And make sure that nothing can go in the middle. So let's just block this one off, like so. Yes, and the same on this side. So unburnt residue comes out this way. Make sure it falls down into this area. Or, I don't think this will work, never mind. I mean, it is making a good way of burning it. I guess we can come back and, you know, move the stuff up periodically. It's fine, but not the best. Okay, fine for now. Just do it this way. Let me see. So make sure that nothing can get out this way. And just move the burnt residue up. And then conveyor belt comes all the way to this point. And then it will fall down, and the burnt residue will fall through this way, and the unburnt residue will continue back here. Theoretically, at least. Okay, then make sure nothing can get out this way. And let's start piling things on. Alright, and we don't want to have anything falling out this way either. So let's just block it. Thank you. Okay, as you can see, it makes a lot of gold. That's lovely. But it also gives us Well, seeds. Also, apparently a lot of burnt residue is coming back. I forgot. Fine. Just put it back here. And yes, a lot of unburnt residue is also making its way. Not the best, but not the end of the world. I'm sure we can sort it out somehow. Now, as for all this seed, what can we do with that one? Basically, at this point, this is our the next stage of waste material. Also, sand, you can go back there. Thank you. Okay, we have plenty of gold. Let's see what we can do. So, I do believe we need to make sure... Yeah, there we go. We need to press the burnt residue. That is exactly what we are doing right now. Just move these seeds out of the way so nothing gets blocked. I guess what we can do is have a filter. You will be only allowing gold. There we go. So you will go that way, and then the seeds will end up here. Should be exactly what we need. Okay then, so we have enough pressed residue at this point. Let's see what happens. So unlock tier 3. That will give us the planter box. Unlock the planter box to grow various crops. Wet seeds grow into a flower which yields gold and a metallis, I guess, when harvested. Okay then. And the gun. Give me both of them. Thank you. And what is this? Clearing frame. A frame that works like a slow conveyor belt but moves things inside. Good for clearing elements of static surfaces or pushing floating objects, e.g. wet seeds in water. Also, we do have some contamination in here. Sand, can you please not? Thank you. Ooh, and this place is nice and full. Unfortunately, it is full of dry sand on top, which is not the best. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Let's just quickly sort out the dry sand here. Yeah, filter. Can you please allow dry sand through? Exactly. Okay, we need to do a bit of cleanup. We are still not filtering it fast enough. Maybe if we don't throw it that far. Also, how did this steam make its way in there? I specifically made sure that steam never gets into that. Okay, the filtering is a little bit better, but... Alright, the wet sand. Fine. Oh well, it's a little bit better now. Not perfect, but it's working more or less. Anyways, we are really low on water, so tell you what, I will say goodbye now because we are over time. But I will boil some water while I do so. Anyways, for now, all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.